On court too, you're going to see a lot of percentage tennis, and for those that don't know, that's just back to the basics. I talked to both head coaches this week, and they said the same thing about their duos. This senior class is something special. The numbers, the stats speak for themselves. But I talked to Aubrey Monroe yesterday, and she just said this group of seniors is just something that she's never experienced in her life. She said they came in, they've been blue collar, they've been gamers, they want to win, they want to rebuild this program, and obviously by the back-to-back national championships, the SEC championships, that's exactly what they've been doing. Senior day was yesterday, as you mentioned. They shed some tears, gave some hugs, but she said today they have to get back to business. And early on in the first inning, that's exactly what they've done. Bob, you've got to check the stats. Both teams' game notes say they are 2-1 against each other. So who's correct? Coach Borlick, you've stressed defense in the past 2 timeouts. What are you not seeing from your team on the floor?
Well, we're not very aggressive. We're getting beat down the middle of the floor, and when you get beat down the middle of the floor, there's no help.
A perfect season in the Swamp came to a halt under first-year head coach Jim McElwain. And you know when you can only put 2 points on the board, Scott, that the offense must have struggled a little bit. 262 total yards. So what did you see from that side of the ball tonight? Well, the video went viral, and I think something else could go viral is that if you sing the chorus to it. So do you know the words?
I do know some of the words. I haven't memorized the whole thing yet, but I do know some of the words.
All right. Can you do it for your fans?
I could do it.
I'll help you out.
Yeah.
I'll help you out. All right. And count of 3. Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Pump
man, best one in the country.
I'm Whitney Haworth here with kicker Eddie Pinheiro. Eddie, first time in that Gator uniform in the orange and blue debut tonight. Yes. How did it feel to finally get playing in the Swamp?
It felt good. As my hard work's paying off. I've been working for this for 2 years in junior college, playing soccer, and finally came true. I was able to play in the Swamp, and I think I did a great job today. So.
Coming in, a couple injuries, getting back to 100%. When you look at your freshman year, kind of what were you thinking from day one to now?
I came in this year with a lot of expectations. Unfortunately, I was a little, I wasn't quite at my top level before I got here because I had a broken arm over the summer.
And then this team heads to Baton Rouge for the SEC tournament this weekend. Knowing that you're going to face a bunch of teams that you've already beaten once this year, kind of how do you prepare for them, knowing that you know their strengths and weaknesses, but also they know yours?
I think we just prepare the same way. All year, this is what we've been practicing for, is the postseason.
And when you look at that roster this year, you see that more than half are newcomers, whether they're coming back from injury or they're freshmen and so on. So who are going to be some of those impact players immediately, including, I want to know more about John Abunu.
Let's take a look at the international flair of the Gators in this SEC homegrown feature.
One Gator Nation is a saying that extended internationally this summer as head coach Mary Wise and 7 of her players represented Florida volleyball around the globe. Now, you went into the Seabest Invitational, and you told me you didn't have any expectations for the team going into that tournament. This weekend, does that change or does that stay the same?
My only expectation is that we're prepared. And to be honest, it hasn't been quite as sharp, our preparation leading up to this week, but the last 2 or 3 days have been great.
Taking on, of course, the University of Florida Gators.
I love that.
6-1 already this season. Also some famous alumni in Mark Calcavecchia, Gary Koch, Billy Horschel, and we wouldn't want to leave out our own Chris DeMarco.
Never. Look at these. I'm so impressed. Did you see the one on the Bosu ball earlier? Okay, now we're really mixing golf and football.
I love it. And of course, we can all vote for our favorites every single week. And these golfers, thanks again for sending these fun videos in.
Absolutely, guys. Getting the Florida Gators, getting the Halloween theme underway.
5 consecutive three-point shots. Talk a little bit about that. How excited were you to get those down?
I was very excited. Something that we worked a lot on in shoot around earlier today, and just then getting a lot of shots up, and just felt good.
Now, it's your second game back from not only the suspension, but your concussion as well. What does it mean to score 20-plus points in both of the past 2 games?
Just give credit to my teammates. They're finding me when I'm open. They're giving me passes. I'm just doing my job of knocking on the shots and doing what I can for this team.
Ariel, congratulations. That's right, Evan. I've got one of Joanna's biggest fans in the stands today, all the way from Scotland. Now, you were telling me this is only the 5th time you've made it to Knoxville. So what does it mean to be here for Joanna's senior weekend?
It's a massive weekend for the whole family. We've enjoyed every single visit we've made to Knoxville and to UT to watch her play and watch her teammates play. but this is extra special.
We went inside because it started to rain, waited about 30 minutes for the courts to dry. Now we're back outside, saw some lightning, so play has been moved inside. Is that correct, Coach Patrick?
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of the big storms coming pretty quick now, so I think we'll just go in, and once we go inside, we don't come back out. So looks like that's where we'll finish the match today.
And you just touched on the senior class, remarkable group of girls. What have they meant to this program? And then just celebrating this weekend, kind of what was that like for you as a head coach?
You know, I've known them for such a long time now, and I recruited them as girls and graduated them as women. I think they're all just a special group, done a great job maturing and buying into the process, and they've taught me a lot. I had some really good players. They do a lot of good things, very good instincts. They've taught me a ton about how to coach, and you know, and they taught me how to recruit and find some kids that got some big hearts.